Cody came up behind him. The smell was as delicious as ever. Humans who turn into bug beasts keep falling from above. Soon, Ryan and his group were surrounded. This is the food that I have carefully prepared for you. Let's continue the fight after eating. These are a group of humans who have just turned into bug beasts. Cody is gnawing on their bodies on the side. Just a while ago, Ryan's ant also ate this kind of flesh worm. It thereby evolved into a more powerful force. Yet even so, it is still no match for Cody. If Cody is allowed to feed now, then the heavily wounded individuals will be even less of a match for him. On the side, Ryan coldly said, "You guys need to do your best to stop him. Leave the remaining larvae to me." But what he said is easier said than done. How can we stop that monster? However, at this moment, Cody dug out a golden larva from the bug beast's body. The ladybug beast noticed and secretly exclaimed, "Oh no!" Then, it swiftly charged towards Cody. Clara noticed and wanted to step forward to help. But she was suddenly stopped by Ryan behind her. "Take the opportunity to leave here quickly. Leave this to us. My original purpose in coming here was to save you." Clara was very happy to hear Ryan say that. "But you underestimate me too much. I will hold out with that red guy until you absorb larva. But you need to move fast." As soon as she finished speaking, Clara rushed towards Cody. Later, Ryan ordered the clone behind him to eat them all. The clone immediately opened its mouth and charged towards the bug beast on the side. "You guys can also help with eating." As soon as he finished speaking, the armor on his body turned into countless ants. They also dashed towards the bug beast on the side. The ladybug beast at this moment was swinging its fists, ready to strike Cody. I did not expect his steel-like fists to be easily bitten into by Cody. Ladybug beast raised his other fist in response, but it was successfully caught by the opponent as well. "I hate it when people disturb me while I am eating." After saying this, Cody shook his head. Ladybug and beast then flew towards the audience seats. However, their bodies landed on some blue silk. It turned out that Clara arrived just in time. She used her abilities. With the help of Silk's rebound ability, Ladybug Beast charged at Cody again, who was trying to eat. The punch landed solidly on his face. Ladybug Beast is relentless. It wildly swings its fists. In the end, he gathered all his strength in his right hand and blasted Cody out directly. But his toes firmly caught the ground. He quickly stabilized his retreating body. And he had already put the flesh worm in his mouth. Suddenly, an indescribable force swept through his body. It was obvious that his momentum was even stronger than before. Cody punched Ladybug Beast from a distance. Ladybug Beast immediately activated a red shield. The powerful punch wind blew the audience away. Ladybug Beast's shield also showed cracks. Such power without beautification. He is simply a monster. Cody is also quite satisfied with this. If he can eat all the flesh worms, it is not impossible for him to reach the level of those guys above. Thinking of this, Cody no longer pays attention to the other party. He turned around and walked towards the food. But Ladybug Beast wouldn't let him get his way so easily. Ignoring the danger to his life, he raised his fist again and charged towards Cody. Clara on the side wanted to stop, but it was obviously too late. Because Cody's fist had already struck Ladybug Beast, before Ladybug Beast could react in any way. He was kicked in the face again. Ladybug Beast's body hit the wall like a missile. His head and body armor are completely shattered. Life and death are uncertain. Clara was completely scared by this scene. She knew she was wrong. The monster in front of them has not yet been beautified, so it is impossible to defeat. And he is constantly absorbing the power of the larva. At this moment, Cody grabbed another bug beast and ate it. This is the fifth one. But Cody suddenly had a look of disbelief on his face. The bug beast was covered in ants and transforming back into a human form. The larva that could enhance its power was also dragged out of its mouth by the ants. Cody curiously looked to the side. he found that the ants had put the fleshworm in Ryan's hand. "Are you trying to compete with me for food?" Ryan ignored this and directly put the fleshworm into his mouth. "Just 10 of you, I should be able to take you down. Ignorant little ghost, you successfully angered me. You will pay for this. Since you ate my food. Then let me eat you up." Cody charged towards Ryan as he spoke. But at that moment, several dark shadows suddenly emerged from Ryan's body. These shadows, upon landing, transformed into humanoid ant warriors. The armor on Ryan's arm also grew a pair of purple eyes. Ryan slowly lifted his arm and pointed towards Cody, saying, "You guys go and eat him for me." This is Black Ant Ryan, who has eaten 10 golden larvae. Although Cody on the other side also ate 5 larvae. But at this point, Ryan is completely confident in defeating the opponent. "It's just 10 more pieces of trash. Even if I don't beautification you, you're not my opponent." Ryan no longer talked nonsense and just saw him wave his hand. "Go and eat him for me." His words had just fallen. The 11 ants behind Ryan all rushed towards Cody. Facing these charging monsters, Cody showed no panic at all. He even had an excited smile on his face. The black ant charging at the forefront was instantly scattered by him. These clones in front of him seem as fragile as toys. However, the ants are like invincible cockroaches. Cody not only had his movements restricted. Those just scattered black ants recovered in no time. At this moment, a clone seized the opportunity and raised a powerful fist. He smashed his fist into Cody's head. The strong force made him bend down involuntarily. This is simply humiliation for Cody. As he broke free from the shackles on his hands turned into blades and instantly split the clone in front of him. But when he looked up, he found an incredible scene. It turns out that 2 other clones had already aimed their ion cannons at him. He could tell just by looking at the momentum emanating from the cannons. The power was definitely no less than Ryan's own. At this moment, Ryan also slowly raised his left hand. With his command, the 2 clones pulled the trigger without hesitation. Cody had no chance to hide. Because his feet were firmly controlled by the black ant, he couldn't hide anymore. But he still didn't feel the slightest bit of tension. He even found it quite amusing. But when the ion cannon blasted on him, the pain coming from his body made Cody grit his teeth. But Black Ant's attack did not end there. They continued to shoot ion cannons in Cody's direction for several minutes. Ryan only gave the order to stop the attack. They thought the battle would end there. But as the smoke slowly dispersed, a sinister smile appeared in front of everyone. Following that was a strong figure. This person is none other than the beautification transformed Cody Emperor Tiger Beetle Beast. Such a fierce attack didn't harm him in the slightest. "You're actually quite good. You've even forced me to consider beautification. I am becoming more and more interested in you. I almost don't want to kill you." Ryan didn't want to listen to his nonsense anymore, so he waved his hand directly. 2 clones aimed the ion cannon at Cody again. But this time, before they could pull the trigger, Cody punched them into pieces. Just the force of the punch blew a big hole in the wall behind Ryan. At this point, Ryan was completely exposed in front of the opponent. His attempt to gather the clones was clearly too late. Cody wouldn't give Ryan another chance and charged straight at him. Ryan quickly shielded his chest with his armored arm, avoiding the risk of being crushed into meat paste. But even so, he was still pushed against the wall by Cody. The intense pressure made it hard for Ryan to breathe. Did adding 10 flesh worms really enhance his strength by this much? You disappoint me. As soon as the words fell, Cody exerted force again. He slammed Ryan into another room. Then he pressed Ryan's head on the ground, rubbing it continuously. Ryan couldn't hold on anymore, and spat out a mouthful of blood. Cody slowly lifted Ryan in midair. "I will kill you now, just as easy as squashing an ant. I will eat you a bite at a time. I won't let you die so easily." Come and eat me." Ryan's sudden sentence puzzled Cody. Little did he know it wasn't even directed at him. Cody turned curiously, only to find Ryan's clone transforming into a series of black snakes, all rushing towards him. They snatched Ryan from Cody's hands and bit him. The tearing pain made Ryan let out screams of agony. Cody on the side was a bit stunned. "Are you trying to commit suicide?" As he spoke, a black snake had already coiled around Ryan from behind. Shortly after, it opened its gaping mouth and swallowed Ryan down. Yet Ryan not only didn't die, but also evolved into the demonic Asura form. At this moment, Cody appeared as prey in Ryan's eyes, while in Cody's eyes, Ryan seemed like a beast devoid of humanity. Just as Ryan let out a roar and charged towards Cody, Cody grinned, finding the situation more interesting. After saying that, he also punched and charged towards Ryan. Clara was already so shocked that she couldn't utter a word. Little did they know, even if Ryan ends up winning in the end, he would become completely inhuman, turning into a demon who only knows how to kill. After Ryan consumed 10 golden larvae, he then transformed into 10 ant clones again. These clones not only have ion cannons just like the original body, they can also lock onto targets and accurately hit the enemies. When facing the naturally predatory Emperor Tiger Beetle Beast, not only did they fail to cause any harm, but they were also continuously rubbed against the ground by the opponent. In the end, Ryan had no choice but to let Clone devour him. As a result, he evolved into the demonic Asura form, and the ultimate showdown between the two began. Camel in the stands couldn't help but feel secretly shocked. Black Ant actually forced the boss to initiate beautification. How far could he possibly grow? The situation is no longer under their control. It must be reported to the superiors. With this in mind, Camel and the underling exchanged a signal and were about to leave. However, at this moment, a figure suddenly emerged from the darkness. Camel broke out in a cold sweat at the sight. "Can you please tell me more about this Black Ant you mentioned?" Club is very interested in him. The newcomer is one of the 7 managements of the Skyworm organization. On the other side, Cody and Black Ant are already grappling with each other. They are grappling back and forth, neither giving an inch. Every time they make a move, they aim to crush each other to death, both foregoing defense. The battle is unusually intense. Cody is outshining Black Ant with his superior skills. A punch lands on Black Ant's face, sending him flying backward. A laser beam sweeps across Cody's face. A burning pain makes Cody glare angrily at his opponent. Black Ant's hands tightly grip the ground to stabilize his posture, only to see a giant scorpion tail aimed directly at Cody. At the moment when the energy was fully gathered, Black Ant shot towards the opponent without hesitation. Cody quickly raised his arm to block the attack. "Do you only know these simple moves? Let me teach you a simpler one." After saying that, he suddenly kicked with his back leg. He charged towards the opponent while facing Black Ant's laser cannon head-on. The fierce impact directly knocked Black Ant's cannon barrel upwards, although the laser cannon did not cause any damage to Cody. But its powerful destructive force instantly pierced through the building of the club. The battle between the two had already shocked Clara speechless. At this moment, Ladybug Beast beside her also slowly woke up, spitting out a mouthful of blood. Cody kept pushing Black Ant back. Black Ant suddenly tried to push the opponent back aggressively, but was unsuccessful. Cody dodged the attack and simultaneously threw a heavy punch. This blow directly severed Black Ant's right arm. However, the severed arm instantly transformed into a clone and bit onto Cody's body. Before the opponent could react, the clone's sharp claws had already struck. But such an attack on Cody seemed merely ticklish. "If this is your full strength, then you might as well die." Before his words had even finished, Cody threw another punch. He instantly smashed Black Ant's body into pieces. But things did not end as expected. It was only when he turned around that he realized. The body of Black Ant was rapidly healing at a speed visible to the naked eye. Cody clenched his fists in anger at this scene. "You're a tough one. I'll keep hitting you until you can't recover." But at that moment, A miraculous scene occurred. Cody's outstretched arm vanished mysteriously. What could be happening? Cody slowly turned his head and found that his arm had actually fallen to the ground. It looks like the inside of the arm has hollowed out, and it was crawling with ants. Cody couldn't believe it. He had been injured like this by a little worm. What have you done to me, you damn guy? With that, he punched and dispersed the body of the black ant again. At this point, Cody has lost his sanity. Why did things turn out like this? I clearly gave it my all. But why can't I defeat the guy in front of me? Suddenly Cody felt a chill on his back. It turned out that black ant, who had transformed into a demon, had come up behind him. Struggle as much as you can. My meal? Are you kidding with me, you guy? I am the top predator. But before he could finish speaking, his body suddenly lost balance and fell to the ground. It turned out that his 2 legs were eaten by Black and using the same method. Cody finally couldn't bear it and let out a heart-wrenching scream. Even if I've turned into what I am now, you're still not my match. I will still eat you. But when he saw what Black Ant looked like now, he instantly closed his mouth. At this moment, Cody's heart was filled with tension and despair. He was so frightened that he trembled all over, constantly begging for mercy from Black Ant. Just then, Black Ant opened its huge blood-stained mouth, revealing Ryan hidden inside. Let's start enjoying our meal. After saying that, Black Ant transformed into a hungry wolf and gnawed on Cody's body. After finishing the last bite of flesh and blood, it suddenly looked up and roared towards above. Upon hearing the commotion, Clara arrived with Ladybug and Beast by her side at Black Ant's location. What came into view was Ryan wrapped up by Black Ant, as well as Cody's broken body on the ground. This scene immediately shocked Clara. Ryan, are you okay? Little did she know that the person in front of her was no longer Ryan. The figure slowly turned its head. Our food has arrived again. He was the Predator Emperor Tiger Beetle Beast in the entomology department, but now not only had his limbs been cut off, but he also ended up becoming someone else's food. It was all because his opponent was Ryan in Demon Asura form. Although Ryan emerged victorious in the end, he also lost his humanity. After hearing the commotion, Clara arrived at Ryan's side with the Ladybug Beast. What greeted her was a scene of the Emperor Tiger Beetle Beast's shattered remains on the ground, and Ryan, who had already lost his humanity, seeing another meal being brought to him. Ryan revealed an evil smile. The two of them were also stunned by Ryan's current appearance. The evil aura emanating from him seemed to have materialized, leaving the two unable to catch their breath. Without waiting for Ladybug Beast to make any response, Demon Ryan has already arrived in front of Clara. At this point, Ladybug Beast's desire to intervene is obviously too late, because Ryan has already grabbed Clara's neck. At the same time, he shoots out a black shadow from his body. The black shadow instantly transformed into a clone and bit Ladybug Beast. Ryan slowly lifted Clara into the air. Clara could hardly believe her eyes. She looked at Ryan as if he had activated the Mangekyo Sharingan. Just as he was about to eat Clara, Ladybug Beast struggled free in time. A punch broke Ryan's meal. Clara also couldn't help but roar, "Wake up! Can't you even recognize me?" Ladybug and Beast were also filled with disappointment towards Ryan. This was not the Black Ant he knew at all. Both of them attacked Ryan simultaneously without prior consultation. Facing the actions of the two individuals, Ryan's face was full of disdain. Let's start enjoying our food. With Ryan's command, Clara's legs and Ladybug Beast's arms were instantly covered with ants that were continuously sucking their chakra. If not stopped in time, their fate will be the same as Cody's, being eaten by Ryan as food. Facing his former friends, Ryan at this moment showed no mercy, even revealing a twisted smile. But this is not Ryan's true intention. The real Ryan is kneeling in his mental world like a sinner, surrounded by black ants and numerous clones. At this point, Ryan has lost his desire to resist. After obtaining Ryan's consent, all the clones walked towards him, ready to devour him. However, at this moment, a strange sound caught their attention. Ryan slowly lifted his head. He found a red claw stepping on a giant black ant under his feet. Upon closer inspection, it turned out to be the red ant that had saved him the last time he lost control. "Thank you for coming to rescue me again. But I have reached my limit. Let's give up." Red Ant heard it. Stunning red light started to radiate from his body. The next second, Ryan was shocked, his eyes widening, because the red light quickly coalesced into a human figure. Ryan looked at this person, as if feeling a strange sense of familiarity. At this moment, the energy emanating from Red Ant instantly repelled the approaching Black Ant clone, sensing the situation was not favorable. The clone rushed towards Red Ant simply raised a hand slightly, and the oncoming clone turned into ashes in an instant, with powerful energy even reaching Ryan beside them. Before leaving, Red Ant cryptically said something to Ryan. "My child, you must live well. Who are you? Please don't leave me behind." Ryan could only watch as Red Ant slowly disappeared. Meanwhile, the real Ryan in reality was clutching his head, screaming in agony. The ants on Clara and Ladybug Beast began to fade away slowly. The crisis was thus averted. When Clara looked up at Ryan, she noticed that he seemed to be going through some kind of exceptionally tragic event. Clara tenderly held him in her arms. Ryan's emotions gradually settled down. A tear suddenly fell on Clara's shoulder. She looked up, and only then did she notice that Ryan was already in tears. Because the Red Ant he had just seen was his mother, whom he had not seen for a long time. Clara, who was completely unaware, looked bewildered. The person who was just going crazy is now crying. "Ryan, what's wrong with you? Everything is over. I will take you away now. Your relationship is indeed extraordinary. You are dating, aren't you?" Clara directly handed Ryan over to the other party after hearing that. "If you like him, I'll give him to you." At this time, the club's building collapsed. Just as a few people were preparing to leave here, a stranger's figure appeared behind them without a sound. "Isn't it impolite to just leave like this?" The two people who heard the sound couldn't help but feel secretly alarmed. When did he appear there? Camel and Cody stood up slowly beside the two Bug Girl men who appeared at the same time. "Is all this you're doing?" Ladybug Beast handed Ryan over to Clara. "This guy is very dangerous. You should leave first. I just want to get off work quickly and ask a few questions. I hope you all don't do anything stupid." Before the man could finish speaking, Camel on the side couldn't take it anymore. "You guys dared to kill my boss." Before the words had even finished, he immediately rushed towards Ryan. Two Bug Girls followed closely behind. The man behind them could only sigh helplessly. Then the heads of the two Bug Girls flew into the air. Camel was also suddenly pressed to the ground by a hand. This simple blow almost made Camel lose consciousness. The one who acted was this mysterious man. "I hate it when someone interrupts me while I'm speaking." Clara and Ladybug Beast instantly realized. This person is definitely a more dangerous presence than Cody. Now, no one will interrupt me while I speak. I am Death Moth, one of the 6 managements of the Skyworm organization. From now on, you just need to answer my questions. How terrifying is Ryan in his demon form? Emperor Tiger Beetle Beast is just food in front of him. Clara and Ladybug Beast together can't even touch the hem of his clothes. Just as Ryan ordered Black Ant to prepare to eat the two of them, the Red Ant appearing in his body woke him up just in time. The recovered Ryan fell into Clara's arms. Just as the three of them were preparing to leave here, a mysterious man arrived with Camel and two Bug Girls behind them. Camel and Bug Girl saw their boss killed. Angry, they rushed towards the three of them. But the next moment, the heads of the two Bug Girls flew into the air. Camel also lost consciousness after being struck by someone. It was the mysterious man who acted. "Sorry for making you a laughingstock. I am one of the management members of the Skyworm organization. I want to ask you some questions. Firstly, our leader Brad admires you a lot. Do you want to join the Skyworm organization?" The three people didn't expect the other party to ask such a brainless question. "Where is that guy named Brad that you're talking about? I wish I could kill him right now." "Please do not casually call our leader's name. I can't help but want to kill you. You said you are one of the management. How many people are there in total? There are a total of 6 people who are of similar strength as me in the cadre. Cody has been striving to become a cadre. Unfortunately, he was killed by you guys. However, the organization had been looking disapprovingly at him for a while. Even if you didn't take action, I would have solved him this time. We simply do not value individuals like him who rely on worms to enhance their strength. The Skyworm organization is currently engaged in intense battles with humans. Our goal is to replace humans as the top of the food chain. Clara and Ladybug Beast couldn't help but feel secretly alarmed after hearing this. I can kill all of you instantly right now. But Leader has specifically instructed me to spare your lives. So do you want to join the Skyworm organization or not? All you need to do is answer yes or no. Both of them find this guy's tone of speech very irritating. They both raised their middle fingers at each other unconsciously. The meaning couldn't be more obvious. But this also successfully angered the man in front of them. At this moment, Ladybug Beast suddenly stepped forward. I don't know what grievances exist between you. I just want to compete with the strong. If I join the Skyworm organization, won't I miss out on a lot of fun? Men like Ladybug Beast are very attractive to girls. Pretty and gentle. I just want to remind you here, go quickly to the comments section. Clara doesn't need to be mentioned. It was all Brad's fault that her family was destroyed and lives were lost. She would rather die than join the Skyworm organization. The man who was originally angry laughed when he heard their words. Young people can be arrogant but not ignorant. I understand your point now. After speaking, the man threw Camel in front of them. This guy counts as my gift to you. Among you, there are those who need to rely on eating bug beasts to survive. The person he's talking about is obviously Ryan. Whether you kill him or feed him to eat, it's up to you how to deal with it. After saying that, he disappeared on the spot. Ladybug Beast finally breathed a sigh of relief. Then the few people left this place of right and wrong. Soon they flew to the top layer. Ladybug Beast casually tossed Camel aside. Clara couldn't help but roar in anger. What are you doing with this burden? Don't you think this guy is pretty pitiful? Plus, the floor is about to collapse. I still need a sandbag. A group of people are approaching them as they speak. Ladybug Beast realized it was too late to react. Reaper Squad arrived in front of them in the blink of an eye. Ladybug Beast hurriedly shielded the 2 people behind them. Squad's members informed Joel, who was still downstairs, of the situation. Then, they rushed towards the group of people. Clara held Ryan with one hand while using the other hand to create a human figure out of silk that looked exactly like Ryan, making sure they wouldn't be discovered. So the few people stopped bothering them after covering their faces. Reaper Squad showed no mercy and fired several shots at them. However, these bullets were unable to break through Ladybug Beast's armor. Ladybug Beast raised its fist in anger. He then smashed hard towards the ground to stop members of Squad from pursuing them. Joel managed to escape from the enemy. Clara and a few others broke through the building of the club, although they looked a little disheveled. But they still managed to escape from the scene. Joel also fired several shots at the few people when he saw the situation. But this distance was obviously out of range. He could only watch as the few people escaped. It is comforting that they caught a bug beast at the scene, which turned out to be the abandoned camel. It's strange that the large fleshworm Cody was about to eat is missing. No one knows who secretly ate it. The Reaper Squad captain, who hasn't been seen for a long time, has reappeared. He has summoned other captains to hold an important meeting. They are all the strongest members of the Reaper department. He was originally the strongest combatant of Club 6. Camel once fought Ryan and Clara with just one hand and didn't fall behind. But now not only has his boss been killed, even he himself has become a captive of the Reaper Squad. After experiencing some terrifying events, the Squad B group captain called for an emergency meeting. The people attending the meeting are all members of the Reaper department cadre. Someone said that the Reaper department is weak. If you could see their battles later, you wouldn't say that. The one-eyed captain on the side impatiently asked, "What is the main topic of this meeting? We are clearly at the same level. Why should we listen to his call?" Each of them expressed their dissatisfaction. The meeting was chaotic for a while. "I heard that there have been many accidents in the area under your jurisdiction. We have lost a lot of resources because of this. Please explain." "This is exactly the purpose of this meeting. This person is in Squad B Group Combat Personnel." However, his words were met with mockery from another person. The relationship between the two is obviously strained. "I heard that one of your underlings also received insect genes and has now become a special member who is rising rapidly. But you seem indifferent and ignore this." "I have also received insect genes. What's wrong with that? You are just jealous that others have become more powerful than you. In fact, Captain B just hates insects. It's just a momentary inability to accept it. Why are there insects buzzing around in a department that is clearly meant for catching bugs? Should I kill them to make this place quieter?" Man with glasses is also very dissatisfied. "You can try it." Their conversation woke up a sleeping captain. "Please everyone be quiet. I will announce the meeting agenda. This time we are mainly gathered to deal with the all-out attack by insects. We need a large number of combat personnel." "Are you talking about total war? Do those insects dare to attack our headquarters?" "You are right. Lately, these insects have been very active. They have formed a group called the Skyworm Organization." One-eyed captain said that the bug beasts from the Skyworm Organization that they fought against are indeed different from ordinary bug beasts. At this moment, the long-haired man took out a notebook from his arms. "Let me show you this. Take a good look at the content inside, and let's come up with a question. Is the photo of the experiment subject a mother and son?" Masked Man saw this and snatched the notebook. He always felt like he had seen the experiment subject on the notebook somewhere before. Suddenly an old man walked in through the door. "Although I don't know where you got that book from. But please stop spreading it. This person is the doctor of the laboratory. Is this book yours? Please tell us about the situation described in it." "That book belongs to my student. However, I watched all the experiments described in it from the side. The castle plan is a secret project carried out by the experimental team. Very few people know about it. We have created a total of 3 experiment subjects, and they have been very successful. But one day, the laboratory suddenly caught fire and destroyed everything. When the relevant department arrived, only 1 experiment subject was left inside. Where is that experiment subject you mentioned? Why do we know nothing about it?" The doctor also shook his head. He only knows this much. The people above are the only ones who know the rest. You've been researching that book to combat bug beast, haven't you? You can totally become stronger by trying out the insect genes that I developed. Your department has always rejected my research. Why not take this opportunity to give it a try? The student of Masked Man injected my insect genes. He has now been promoted to the next branch leader position. The old man became more and more excited as he spoke. He paid no attention to a cold stare watching him closely. Masked Man couldn't stand it anymore. He slammed his fist on the table. The marble tabletop shattered instantly from the impact. Doctor finally closed his mouth. "If you dare to make such demands to our team again, I will smash your head next time." However, this once again brought mocking from Man with glasses. "It's because of your supreme human dignity that your underling has died so many people. Don't be discouraged, old man. Our group is very interested in studying you. Next time you have a reinforcement experiment, please don't forget our team." The meeting ended in chaos like this. Let's head back too. At this moment, they had no idea. The group has been under attack internally. These 2 brothers don't know if everyone still remembers them. Before, they killed a bug beast on the train. At that time, a golden larva crawled out of the bug beast's body. The larva also shot into the head of the older brother. He can see it swimming inside clearly. At this time, the young brother is under attack in the branch. Surprisingly, it was his older brother who made the move. Judging by his appearance, it is clear that a mutation has occurred. He eliminated all the guards here and stabbed Blade into the young brother. Then, he arrived at an iron gate. He pressed the switch without hesitation. As the iron gate slowly opened, a figure emerged from inside. Brother showed an extremely excited expression after seeing this. That huge black shadow looked so familiar. Does everyone think it might be another black ant? These two brothers were originally powerful bug cleaners from the Reaper squad, but they were in a battle with a bug beast. My brother was accidentally shot in the head by a larva. It's obvious that you can see the larva wandering on his forehead. At that time, there were no abnormal incidents between the two. But it was during the emergency meeting called by the Reaper department. My brother suddenly mutated. He killed all the guards nearby, and he impaled Blade into young brother's body. Then he released a monster imprisoned at the bottom level. It looks like it should be a larger-sized black ant. Its height reaches only up to its brother's knee. His brother seemed unusually excited to see this big guy. Then he knelt on the ground. "Please help me awaken, sir." Monster ignored his request and reached for his head instead. The brother thought Monster would fulfill his wish. But to his surprise, this monster just squeezed his head with a little force and crushed it. Fresh blood sprayed everywhere instantly. Due to a level 1 alarm sounding, all combat personnel rushed over here. And they also sprayed insecticide here in advance. The squad members quickly surrounded the black monster. Upon seeing this, the monster released the brother, who was now only left with his body. The squad members did not waste any time. They immediately opened fire on the monster without any hesitation. At this moment, the squad members did not know how it had escaped. Their bullets hitting the monster's body felt like scratching an itch, causing no substantial harm. At this moment, the monster let out a series of low growls from its throat. One of them realized something was wrong, but it was already too late. Only to see Monster wave his hand casually towards the crowd. The people in front of him were instantly cut in half. After dealing with these troubles, Monster did not rush to leave. It seemed to be waiting for someone to arrive. At this time, the few people who were ending the meeting were rushing back to the base at high speed. It turns out that the severely injured young brother has informed Captain of what happened here. When they rushed back to the base, they found that a fierce fire had already ignited here. After a loud explosion, the car was forced to stop in place. At this moment, the few people finally realized how serious the situation had become. Captain also saw the culprit of this accident,